Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lizette Monare and thank you for joining me today. So I'm not going to be wasting time talking about this and that and that. I'm just going to get straight to the point, talking about the title of the video, which is ways to come or ways of coming to the United States, and that is from South Africa. Okay, so the first one, which is an obvious one. Oh, and I've got my little paper here, so don't be surprised when I keep referring to my paper, because this is just a guideline for me to see where I am, if I've mentioned everything, just so I don't forget anything. And the first one is it's an obvious one, which I think almost everybody knows about, which is the tourist visa. So with this tourist visa, you basically applying to say you want to visit the USA, you want to see how it is, or it's either you know somebody or you just want to like take a trip just to see how the USA is. So with this one, it's valid for 5 years, some 10 years. So it depends which one you get. I know some people got 5, some people got 10 years, but you are only allowed to be in the United States only 6 months at a time. So you can't exceed the 6 months. If you do that, that means you overstayed your visa, and once you get to South Africa, you can't come back to the United States. Okay, so that one is a bit hard for most people to get lately. I don't know back in the days, but lately I also got denied the visa once, and I know a couple of people that got denied the visa because apparently especially the ones that I know, we're saying Joburg consulate is more, or Joburg embassy is more stricter than Cape Town, Durban, or Botswana, because some people do go to Botswana. So with this type of visa, you need to prove that you are gonna be coming back to South Africa, and you have to prove that you've got enough ties. That's what they call them, ties. So meaning you have to show that like you have a job that you're going to be coming to, you have kids or family, like just a stable life, something that shows that you're going to be coming back to. Because most of the time, a lot of people come to the United States and they don't go back. Okay, I don't blame them, but I'm just saying they do that. So that's why it's a bit stricter. You have to sort of prove that you're going to be coming back, even though some don't come back, some do come back, but they want you to prove that you're going to be coming back. Okay, so that one is out of the way. So let's talk about the J1 visa, the H2B visa, and the EB3 visa or green card. So firstly, I'm going to be talking about the J1 visa and the H2B visa. So that's for people between the ages of 18 years to 30, 35, 36, some of them years old. And then the other one is for any age. So I'll dwell on more on that later after I spoke about these ones. And I'm going to be talking about programs or visas that I know of people that have used, or the ones I've personally used. So I'm not going to concentrate more on the ones that I don't know anybody or have never used, because I'm not going to be, because whatever I tell you is just going to be what's on the website. So I'm just going to give you the names of those agencies so you can check them out, but the ones I'm going to dwell more on is the ones I know. So with the J1 visa, so the first time I came to the United States in 2014 was through a J1 visa, which was a student visa, because you have to either be enrolled as a student within that course. I don't even know what they call it, but the industry or whatever you want to call it. So the first one, the one I used was Awesome Travel. That's the name of the agency. It's Awesome Travel. At that time, the J1 program was free, so you had to be either a hospitality student or a tourism student, and the program was for how many months? Let me see. I think about 6-7 months, something like that. So they paid everything. You didn't have to pay. Even the only thing I paid for was the visa fee, which was about 2,500 rand. But they do reimburse you once you get to the United States. So that's the only amount I paid, but everything else was free. And with that one, you either have to be a student or recently graduated from a university or obviously college, or either have like 5+ years of experience. That's the first one. So I know with Awesome Travel, which is the first agency that I know, with Awesome Travel, you have to be 18 years for the J1. You have to be 18 years to 30 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think up to 30 years. And they offer programs or internships in hospitality, in agriculture. Those are the two main ones they deal with. So go check them out. And then I know there's another one, J1, for the J1. Okay, I'll come back to that one later on because it's a different industry. Then we've got H2B visa. So which H2B visa? You've got some visas that you pay, and you've got other ones that are for free. So the first one that you pay for is called Epic Exchange. So one of my family members is currently using this agency, so I kind of understand the process, because we both together in this application, helping him wherever we can, and he's updating me every step, so I kind of have an idea of how it works. So with Epic Exchange, you have to be between the ages of 20 to 35, and they have, you can apply as a hospitality student, marketing student, business management student, law, accounting, and even engineering. And this one, they offer you a duration of 6 to 12 months. Yeah, it's between 6 and 12 months, but you have to pay for it. So the fee for this one, like the total cost that you have to pay, is about 67,000 rand. Okay, so it's about 67,000 rand, but they also offer like options where you can pay little by little, or there's also an option where you can pay some amount at the beginning, and then only after, once you are placed in the United States, you can pay them back. So I mean, for me, programs like this where you pay, it's more like you want to see it's good for me. I feel like it's good for people who just want to see the United States, experience how it is before they make their decisions on whether they want to be here permanently or not. So you shouldn't be looking at it more on, I'm gonna go and make money and come back rich or whatever it is. So for me, this is more about the experience and the exposure. And I mean, you get paid between $10 to, some even go up to $16-17 an hour, and you work about 45 hours a week. So with the calculations I made, if you earn about $10 to $15 or $18 a week, so minimum, let's say you work 45 hours a week and you get paid $10 a week, that's like 8,000, and 8,000 is per week, and times 4, that is 32,000. And if you pay the program 62,000 or 67,000, whatever amount it is, if you pay that much, you can pay back in about 3-4 months, because also you have expenses here. Once you placed here, you have to pay for accommodation, you have to pay for your food, but you can literally pay this money back in about 3-4 months at the most. You can pay back. So even if you have like somebody in the family that you trust so much, or they trust you, ask them to take out a loan for you. If you can't, like, go ask for money somewhere else. I guarantee you will be able to pay this money back. So it's just a matter of hustling before, so that you can get the money, get into the program, get the exposure, make a little bit of money, and then pay them back and have some for yourself. But like I said, with this one is more mainly of you going out there to have more exposure. Okay, now there's another one called OVC. OVC is a little bit steeper than Epic Travel, but it almost works the same way. So the only difference is about 10,000 more than Epic Travel. And I haven't used OVC, I just know somebody that has used it, and so far they haven't complained. From the way they explained it, it works exactly the way Epic Exchange work. And then there's 2 free ones that I know. So the first time, like I said, when I came, I used the J1 program, the J1 visa, and Awesome Travel Agency. But for the second time when I came, I used a free option, because now I know with what's the program with Awesome Travel. The very first time I used the Awesome Travel, it was free, but I know now, I don't know if it's changed, but 2 months, 3 months back when I checked, it wasn't free anymore. You had to pay to use these programs. So but now there's 2 that are absolutely free. You don't pay anything, and then even if you do pay something, they do reimburse you once you get to the United States. So it's almost like free. You don't pay anything. Not almost, like it is free. So the first one is Workaway International. That's the one I used when I came to the United States for the second time. So with Workaway, this is a H-2B visa. So obviously you need to be between the ages of 18 and until I think 36, 35. So between 18 and 35 with Workaway International. And the process is pretty easy. You go to an orientation, which is a must. You go to an orientation where they're going to explain how the program works, explain everything that has to do with the program, what's going to happen before you submit your application up until you get to the United States. So the process is easy. You go to the orientation firstly, and then from the orientation you submit your, what do you call it, your resume. You submit that, and then if they see that you do qualify, I think they want about 5 years experience. We in South Africa, anything can, okay, let me shush. So they want 5 years experience, and then if you do qualify, they will call you to do an interview with them at the office, or sometimes they'll just say to you, let's do it over the phone, via Skype. Once you pass that, then you have to do the third interview, and the second interview. So that's the third step. The second interview is with the host in the United States. So the person who's going to be hiring you at the side is the one you're going to be doing an interview with. I don't know now, but I know sometimes the host, the people that the HR from USA used to go to South Africa. They would interview different people, and then once the interview process is done, they come back. I know lately they do it via Skype, so you just do an interview via Skype, and then once that's done, then obviously you do your visa application, and then from the visa application, okay, my son is disturbing you. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Here in the middle.
I'm busy. What's up?
Can I quickly? Are you busy?
Mm-hmm. Can you ask Daddy to help you?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. And then, where was I? Sorry. Now I'm lost. So, once you're done with the interview, if you pass it, then you do the visa. After doing the visa interview, sorry, my bad. After doing the visa interview, obviously that's it, and then you just wait for your date of departure to come to the United States. And obviously in between those processes, they'll tell you, okay, make sure you have your passport, make sure you do your medical, which way they're gonna check if you can breathe proper, and then they're gonna check if you don't have any condition that's gonna stop you from working. So that's all in between the processes. It's one of those things, it's one of those little things that you're gonna be doing in between the processes. And also with Workaway, you make about the same amount of money as I've mentioned before. But with this one, remember, it's free, so you don't have any debts waiting for you or anything that you have to pay back. Everything is literally free. But the disadvantage with this one is that it gets full, it gets packed, because obviously free things, there's going to be more people, so there's more competition, so the chances are becoming slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. But this is a free program. I used it, I liked it, I know a lot of people that use it. And once you get to the United States, it's got a very nice community, a lot of South Africans, so they would have days where they have like they will call it South African welcome party, things like that. So it's quite nice when you are this side. And with the workaway one with the H2B, so the first time they give you 6 months on the visa, and you can extend it up to 3 years. So you can leave the United States and you can leave South Africa, excuse me. You can leave South Africa with the 6 months visa, but stay here up to 3 years. And then after 3 years, you go back home to South Africa, but you can stay literally 4 to 6 months and then come back again for another 3 years. So I know also, a lot of people do that. They go back and forth to South Africa using their H2B visa. The money is not bad. The money is good because with this one you make about, like I said, about 32,000, and that's just for you, boo boo. That's all your money. No debts, nothing. And then the second one that's free is called Petrina Group. So this one works almost the same way as Workaway, but this is smaller. It's a smaller agency compared to Workaway. So obviously it's more efficient compared to the other one. They respond to you quicker than the other one, but it's a bit hard to get in. A lot of people that are using this program are saying it's not that easy to get in, but they do get in. My sister used Petrina. She's currently using Petrina, and the first time she came with Workaway, and then she switched to Petrina, and I know that she says it pays better, so probably like $1 or $2 more than Workaway. They pay better. They usually go to the smaller clubs where they tip more, and yeah. So the two free ones are Workaway International and Petrina Group. All right, now the other one, this is a J1 visa. Some of them are J1 visa. So this is the whole section is gonna be about OPay. So with OPay, there's like 4 different agencies that I know. So we've got OPay Care, we've got EUR OPay, we've got Cultural Care, and then we've got YDP Work and Travel. So with YDP Work and Travel, they have OPay, but they also have hospitality jobs that you can do. So with the 1 year OPay, you pay, I don't know any free ones. So our OPay, for example, the one she used is it's OPay Care. Yeah, she used OPay Care, and then she said she had to pay 15,000 for the entire program. 15,000 is nothing, people. If you really want to work, 15,000 is nothing. You come here and then you pay it back. But anyway, why wouldn't you take the opportunity? If you can either do OPay, you can either come in here to be a server, you can come here to be work in agriculture, OB plus boy, whatever. I'm sorry for using that word. And then it's like, I don't understand why you wouldn't take that opportunity. Why wouldn't you take that 1 year out of your busy time? Come here, especially with the free programs. You've got nothing to lose. Come here and experience a different culture. You can always make a way when it comes to the ones that are not free. Get the money from your uncle, get the money from a bank, loan it, whatever it is. You will be able to pay it back. That's a guarantee. You'll be able to pay it back. And so with the OPay, they just want you, so going back to the OPay, they just want you to have experience in taking care of at least 2 kids, and then you need to have a driver's license. And then what else do you need to have? With this one you need to be 18 to 26 years. So you can't be older than 26 years. And then it's a 1 year program, so you take care of the kids in the United States for a year, and then you have an option between you and the host family if you wanna extend the time. So it could be up to 2 years, and then you have to go back home after 2 years. And then with this one, you get paid about $215 a week each week. And then obviously, depending on your host family, they can go as high as they want. It depends how much they want to pay you. But the minimum that's required by the United States is that they pay you $212 $212 a week, which is like a total of what? Which is a total of 16,000 a month. So you get paid 16,000 a month. So if you did really ask somebody to loan you 15,000, or you got 15,000 somewhere somehow, you can literally pay it back in a month, because the host family, once you get to the United States, they buy you food, they buy you anything that you might need. So you become sort of, yes, you take care of their kids, but you also become sort of part of the family member. So whatever they eat, you eat. And then if they're using sunlight, you use sunlight. If they use whatever it is. So your money literally goes in your pocket. Okay? And then, so those are the 4 ones. So the 4 au pair agencies that you can use. Au pair care, EUR au pair, cultural care, and YDP work and travel. So do check them out for more info. And then now we're coming to adults. So anybody that can be between the ages of 18 going all the way up. I don't know till what age, until whatever age you feel like you can work until. Okay, so with this one, because it doesn't have an age limit except the minimum, which is 18, there are 2 possibilities of you coming to the United States, and one of them is free. Okay, and so the first one, okay, with this is one agency that I know that does this. I don't know, I heard there's more that do these ones, but I know nothing about them, so I'm just going to talk about this one. It's called Induku Group. Induku Group, so check it out. So with Induku Group, they have options of you coming to the United States as a green card holder. Green card holder meaning a permanent resident. Did you hear that? You can literally come to the United States, ube muduli, be umuntu ozohlala la full time or permanently from South Africa through this program. Okay, so with this one, if you are married, you can bring your wife, you can bring your kids with you and come live in the United States. I mean, really, why wouldn't you take this opportunity? So the first one, there's 2 main ones. There's 2 main ways you can come to this program. So the first one is the healthcare. So if you work in the healthcare department or industry, either a nurse or a doctor or whatever, so you can look it up exactly how much experience they need from you being a nurse or a doctor, and like how many years in university did you study, all those things. You can look it up. But if you are a nurse or a doctor, this one is for you. Okay, this one is for you. Do it. Go apply. You can, like I said, you can bring your whole family, your wife, your husband, and your kids. So don't sleep on this one. Okay, and then they pay for everything. You don't pay for anything. You literally pack up your things and whoosh, gone. And then the next one that you do actually pay for, which also I think is worth it. There's no need for you to complain and what. Go take out a loan. Like I said, if you don't have the money, go take out a loan. Go get a mashonisa and get this money. You will pay it back once you are here. Okay, obviously all these things are making them seem like they're easy and whatnot. Nothing is, they're not easy. When it comes to these things, they're not easy. The process is not easy. Sometimes you will be frustrated. You will feel like, oh, it's taking so long, or why are they looking for this paper? Because the process is long and they will need you to go do this paperwork or fill out this thing, go do this thing. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. Okay, so the second option, like I said, it's not a free one, it's the paid one. This one requires you to pay $18,000, which is about 326,000 rand. Don't let this high number like stress you or anything. They have options also of payment plans where you can say, I can afford this much. They will tell you this time, like when you apply, we need this amount, and then as the process goes on, we need this amount. Go ask for that money, go loan that money, like make a plan to get that money. I mean, it's you and the entire family. You're giving you and your entire family an opportunity to live a better life. And there's no force. If you don't like it here, you can always go back. You'll figure out how to pay whoever if you don't have the money. If you are working, resign, okay? Resign. The process is long though, so you can apply. Nice thing about it, you can still work, but apply for this kind of green card or visa, because sometimes it takes about 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years seems like it's a long time, but really it's not that long. Think about what you were doing 2 years or 3 years ago, and where would you be if 2 years or 3 years ago you applied for this? So go apply ASAP. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You tried, okay? It's better than just folding your arms and saying it's not gonna work. You would have, oh my gosh, it's dark already outside. You would have done something for yourself. You would have tried to better your life and your family's life. And if you want, because it's an option also to bring your family, you can come alone and then later on bring your family just to come test it out. Like I said, if you feel like maybe you won't like it or you feel nervous about it, just go apply for a tourist visa. Come here, look at it, check it out. If your wife or your husband is under the age of 35, just take one of these programs that I mentioned here. Take one of these programs and then come check it out. Come see. Like I said, I don't understand why people are not applying for these programs, especially the free ones. You've got nothing to lose. There's absolutely nothing to lose. Just go apply, okay? And that's it, Bazalwani. So it's the, it's the healthcare one, and there's also one Yamaha truck drivers, so they call it truckers. With this one you pay also. So like I said, with the truckers you pay about 160,000. You pay about 160,000, but like I said, you can pay back. You can pay it back once you're here. You can pay it back very quick. So go apply in Duku Group. So I'll also put a link of all these agencies here so you can try them out. So there's no excuse whatsoever to say I don't qualify because of my age. It's got all these things I mentioned have applies to everybody from 18 years all the way up. So if you are 18 years and all the way up, you can qualify for one of these things. Number 2, experience. You are in South Africa, make a plan. Okay, so make a plan with the experience. Go get it, go get experience, go whatever it is, but you can always get the experience. Okay, so go make a plan and try. There's nothing that's gonna hurt you from trying. If you don't win, if you don't succeed, that's okay, you tried. And if you win, halala. Okay, so that's it from me. That's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for listening to this channel, and see you next time. Good luck.